Okay, this is part 3 of the Michigan review of the 2013 Honda CRF250L. Quick overview of what I've done so far. Bought the bike brand new just over a week ago. I've got 325 miles on it. And just finally today, I was able to get out to some backwoods Michigan trails. And I mean backwoods. This is called the Cedar Creek Motorsports Trail. It's a standard off-road vehicle trail meant for quads, dirt bikes, three-wheelers, that sort of thing. A Jeep won't fit down here. Side-by-side rhinos don't fit down here. It's pretty wooded. I think at its narrowest point it's 50 inches. So it's definitely it's real. It's dirt bike material. So that being said, I got to experience a few more items on this bike. First off, the gearing. I kept floating between revving up first gear or bogging in second gear. It was just, they just need to be tighter together, it seems like. Granted, I am overweight, and I'm a novice rider. I'm not running crazy full speed like some guys. But once I got used to it, it wasn't so bad. I was running second gear most of the time, had to downshift to first for some corners. But when I got into some sand, boy, I had to just ramp the first gear and hold it wide open because it did not like the sand. These tires, they are DOT approved street use tires, what came stock from Honda, and when they get into some sand, they will kick you sideways, left, right. It does not like to grab. The knobs are not big enough, they're not wide enough, but that's what you get when you get our street legal bike. There are more aggressive tread DOT approved tires out there. I saw some Michelins look really nice, some Dunlops. But this is a brand new bike, so I haven't gotten that far yet. So overall, I've gotten phenomenal gas mileage still, probably close to 50 miles to the gallon, even in the woods. I went 25 miles, and I haven't even used a quarter of a tank, so it's working out pretty good. I've been riding with my brother. He's got an 06 Honda 250X, the trail bike. So a side-by-side comparison, if you've ever rode an X or know anyone that has one. The X has more, first off, low-end power. It gets up and goes. You can do throttle wheelies in first and second gear, whereas the 250L you cannot. It will not do it. Even I don't care how skinny you might be, it just doesn't have the grunt. The X is a little bit louder, it's a little bit narrower, it's a little bit lighter. It's just a trail bike. This is a road legal motorcycle. So that being said, if it has its advantages. The X is more powerful, and it can get up and go and get out of the sand ruts a little better, whereas this thing kind of has trouble getting out of its own way, especially with my fat ass on it. But when it comes down to MCCT trails where you have to be road legal, or when it comes to fuel mileage, I got him beat. There's no way he can't go down street roads if he wants to go out and grab a beer or go down a 2-track or dirt roads. Oh well, tough shit. If he gets caught, he goes to jail, whereas this is a fully legal motorcycle. So I did happen to nick a tree with the side view mirror here. Just barely touched it. Wasn't anything bad. Just inside of a corner, scraped the bark. It does worry me that if you hit, because the mirror sticks out a good 1.5 inches past the handlebar. I mean, there's pretty good distance there. It worries me that if you hit that hard enough with a tree, it will shatter at you. And that kind of... that's a troublesome point there. But I just barely brushed the end of it, and no big deal. I don't even think it realigned to the mirror. Hasn't been overheating. It's been running good. I was running first gear pretty hard, or second gear pretty low. It does seem like it's got an engine, like it's got a noise in the engine. I don't know if it's because I'm lugging it too hard, and the valves, the cam chain or the valves or something are making a noise. But man, it sounds like a chain slapping in there or something. But I got to take it in for its 500-mile tune-up soon, so I'll let them know and have them check it out. It's still under warranty for another 11 months, so I got some time to figure that out. Not a big deal. So the suspension, it's definitely like a stick of butter. I can go through the woods just fine. I like it, but when I get into some really heavy whoops, up and down, it really it fights me a little bit. Now I ride a CR250 two-stroke motocross bike, and that thing, I can't hold on to it to save my life. So this is a lot smoother. The power band makes the ride smoother because I'm not constantly jerking the throttle and choking, throwing my head back and up, fast, slow, fast, slow. Whereas this bike is a lot smoother on that, which causes the suspension to act smoother, because I'm not a good rider. I'm a very, very unskilled novice. But I did notice when I get going through some whoops that it wants to buck me off after the third or fourth one. It squishes real hard and then springs back, and I don't think I would want to take this on a motocross track ever. But I'm definitely going to look into gearing it down to bring that set. I mean, it'll bring all the gears down, but maybe going down a tooth in the front or up a couple in the rear. Because that second gear is just a hair too high. If it was just a little bit lower, I'd feel more confident. I don't want to lug this engine too hard. I was warned at the dealership not to lug the engine too hard, because it is out of a CBR250, so it's meant to be wound a little tighter than a standard 4-stroke. But anyway, that's all I've got so far. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave comments or email me or what have you. Thanks. Bye.